Did you know that money behaves like a well-trained animal and only obeys those who know how to call it with the correct vibration? When you discover how to direct it, it doesn't just come, but multiplies in remarkable ways. There are unseen powers that decide how much money enters your life and how much leaves. And even laboring diligently, you may sense something blocking this energy. In 1925, Florence Scovel Shinn, a pioneering expert of spiritual science, revealed something revolutionary. Money doesn't answer to need but to authority. During the Great Depression, she taught ordinary women to command their money, and many increased their income in the midst of the worst economic crisis in history. The first principle is the declaration of divine multiplication. Florence taught that money is a form of intelligent force that functions through specific laws. Money answers to the vibration of authority much more than to that of need. When you come to money as one who begs, you drive off it. When you come to it as one who commands, you draw it. Money functions like a well-trained soldier. If the commander wavers, the soldier doesn't act, but when the order is precise and resolute, money flows. In New York, Florence taught her students to take greater authority. Each morning, facing the mirror, they will hold themselves erect, take deep breaths, and announce, "Divine money, I command you to multiply my life now. You stream toward me from all possible directions because I am a perfect channel of infinite abundance." The key was in the power within the command, which needed to ring out as an irrevocable decree. Another vital component is restoring the relationship with money. Florence said that money has emotional memory, and that our energy toward it makes impressions that establish whether it approaches or distances itself. If for years you communicated with money through fear, resentment, or guilt, it's as if you've repelled an expected guest. Most people have been calling money with the voice of poverty and guilt. Before commanding your money, Florence taught making peace with it. In silence, her students would say, "Dear money, forgive me for having seen you as my enemy. Today I recognize that you are divine energy wanting to manifest itself through me. I respect you, esteem you, and embrace you into my life." This exercise was intense spiritual rewiring that entirely transformed a person's vibration. Moving forward in this direction, Florence developed the spiritual surgery of poverty beliefs. Beliefs about money are like unseen anchors that determine how much your prosperity can grow. You can work hard, but if the roots are diseased, the tree will never yield abundant fruit. No one is born with poverty consciousness. We receive them from family conversations and childhood stories. Phrases like "money is dirty" or "to earn money you must suffer" embed themselves in the mind as internal laws. The process commenced with silence, where Florence asked them to investigate. What belief about money have I inherited and still carry? Once discovered, they would say, "This belief is not mine. I release it. My mind grows clean and open to receive the divine truth about abundance." Then they would implant new beliefs such as, "I am an inheritor of infinite abundance," or "money flows to me effortlessly." Added to this, Florence taught the distinction between desiring and demanding. Desires arises from lack. It's seeing what you want while feeling it's far away. Demand is springs from a knowledge that something already is yours by divine right. To desire is to say, "I don't have," creating more experiences of not having. To demand is to proclaim, "It's mine and I receive it now," awakening invisible forces. In this context, another principle is to create instead of competing. Florence repeated, "Never fight over money, create it." Competing suggests scarcity. Creating indicates infinite abundance, knowing that you can produce new opportunities. When you compete, you focus on what others have. When you create, you link to the infinite source with singular new visions. Each person has a specific gift for creating wealth that, when expressed, not only generates income, but blesses others. In the same way, Florence taught the decree of absolute authority. It was an act of total sovereignty over one's own financial kingdom. The decree was, By my divine authority as a child, the creator of all abundance, I decree that my financial reality shifts now. I command that all invisible forces operate to multiply my money perpetually. The key lies in recognizing that the power to transform is already within you, and upon declaring it, the universe shifts to obey. Additionally, Florence taught the spiritual plan of your abundance. The universe needs precise directions. It was about specifying how much, how, when, and for what you would receive. Her students dedicated a daily moment to answer, how much money do I want? From what sources? How do I want to feel when receiving it? The more details, the easier for the universe to create. The design must be crafted from a consciousness of shared abundance. With this in mind, the last step is to sustain prosperous consciousness. Igniting abundance is the first part. Mastery lies in sustaining it. Maintaining requires daily attention, sustaining the internal state that calls it. This state is made of gratitude, certainty, and openness to receive. A key principle is to open each day with anticipatory gratitude, not only for what you already have, but for the abundance on its way. When you express gratitude in advance, you give the universe the signal that you've already received. Another practice was to mentally honor all money seen circulating, stopping envy from contaminating your vibration. It's worth noting that prosperous giving was essential. It was about backing causes that expanded abundance in the world. Giving with joy was like planting in fertile ground. What you give flows back multiplied. The key element is to feel that you join the universal flow. What you hold back out of fear stagnates. What you give with love multiplies. Another key was to guard your mind. Stay away from environments loaded with scarcity, because your consciousness is the attractor of your experience. Florence ended with a powerful reminder. You are not a victim of economic circumstances. You are the architect of your financial reality. Money is your partner and friend. Now reaffirm your commitment by saying, I decree that my prosperity grows perpetually in perfect harmony. I give with joy, receive with gratitude, and preserve the infinite flow of my wealth. If these words resonated, write in the comments, I decree, to seal your commitment. Share this video with someone who needs to recognize their creator of their reality. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because I will unveil more principles that can multiply your prosperity. Abundance doesn't come to those who pause, but to those who command.